Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to OLC TV for some more A World Betrayed DLC for Total War 3 Kingdoms Perfect Start series, this time as Lubu. So, I'm going to focus a little bit on the history, and I'm going to avoid romance as much as I can when talking about Lubu and his characters so far. I'll only cover it when it's absolutely necessary. But Lubu did start off as a subordinate of Ding Yuan, which is what you get in the Mandate of Heaven DLC. He starts off as a subordinate of Ding Yuan, who's about here, but he historically betrayed and murdered him before defecting to Dongzhuo in about 190 CE. Now, Dongzhuo then took over the imperial court, and with Lubu started to install like a reign of terror in the capital. But Lubu did decide, right, I've had enough of this, and in 192 betrayed and murdered Dongzhuo, because Lubu starts to get a pattern of betraying and murdering his lords. And he did this with help from Wang Yun and Shusun Rei, who were both officials in the Han court. But Li Jue and Guo Si, who were two of Dongzhuo's more loyal generals, then besieged the city, Chang'an, and Lubu was forced to flee. Having fled from Dongzhuo's loyalists, he sought refuge with some of the former coalition members who he had recently been fighting against in support of Dongzhuo. And the first person he went to was Yuan Shu. So Yuan Shu is down here, he's a playable faction in this. And Yuan Shu and Lubu did not really trust each other. Basically, Yuan Shu was looking for ways to either kill him or get rid of him, and Lubu was behaving arrogantly and as if he wanted to take over the whole of Yuan Shu's territory, and Lubu was forced to flee. He fled up towards Yuan Shao, where he helped Yuan Shao beat Jiang Yan, the bandit, Black Mountain bandits, into submission, but again he behaved very arrogantly, and it looked as if he was trying to take over Yuan Shao's territory. So Yuan Shao put together a plot to assassinate Lubu. It was discovered and Lubu fled, and Lubu fled to a guy named Jiang Yang, not Jiang Yan but Jiang Yang, who's about here on the map in the game. Now, like just between Yuan Shao and Cao. Now again, when he was there, he behaved like a bit of a dick and upset his nominal lord and had to flee. But at the same time, he saw an opportunity because some of Cao Cao's officers in Yan province decided they wanted to betray Cao Cao. And these included people like Chen Gong, who's one of the noteworthy characters, Zhang Miao, Xu Si, and Wang Kui. And so Lubu came in here and just took over Yan province whilst Cao Cao was away campaigning elsewhere. And that's where this game begins. So this is actually the final sort of chapter of Lubu's life. He's had a very successful career as a very, very good soldier, of very good renown, famous for his prowess and skill, but also famous for his lack of loyalty. So that's where he starts, and he's a vanguard, which sort of suits his characterization because he is throwing himself recklessly into battles and winning, overcoming odds. But for him, it's all about personal gain and personal glory, which is part of his faction specialization because victory in battles will build prestige and dissent. The dissent will happen like as he wins more and more stuff for himself. It can upset some of his characters. It can also upset other diplomatic factions on the diplomatic level as well. He will get special events to defeat generals in battle, enemy generals in battle, and by defeating these generals he will collect more skills and develop more personal skills or faction-wide specific bonuses. He also has this great new thing where after a battle, instead of just having the option to like replenish or ransom and the like, he has the ability to completely replenish his movement. So giving him more momentum, so you can just bounce from battle to battle to battle. His unique features: he has the Xiliang Cavalry, same as Dongzhuo. He has Coerce, same as Dongzhuo before, and he has Raise, same as Dongzhuo before. But he also has the Mercenary Treaty, which allows him to get mercenary contracts, the same as you would if you were a bandit faction, allowing you to sort of work for other factions, earning money per turn to defeat their enemies. And also to sell any territory you conquer back to them, things like that. It's really quite a useful way of earning money, and allows him to fulfill all of his personal goals to defeat other generals relatively quickly and easily. Now, as far as noteworthy characters go, he has quite a collection of really quite interesting people. First and foremost is Jiang Liao, the Heavenly Dragon General, who was his cavalry commander at this stage. Now, Jiang Liao ended up as one of Cao Cao's 5 elite generals and was considered the greatest of the 5. So of this era, he is probably the best general under someone else at this time. He was fantastic. He also started his service under Ding Yuan before he was recommended to He Jin, who is the Empress's brother in the 182 start date, in the Mandate of Heaven start date. He Jin sent him off to recruit some men. Whilst he was off recruiting men, Dong Zhuo took over the capital. When he came back, Jiang Liao worked for Dong Zhuo up until the point of Lubu assassinating Dong Zhuo, when he then went off to work with Lubu. He followed Lubu on his wanderings around northern China before eventually, and took part in a lot of the battles as well, before eventually becoming Chancellor of Lubu's state when Lubu betrayed Liu Bei in sort of like 196 CE, a little bit after this start date, and took over Shu province. So he was like the number 2 to Lubu, and was an incredible general. He also has Chen Gong. Now, Chen Gong, I would like you to forget everything from Romance of the Three Kingdoms about how he was a magistrate who helped Cao Cao escape the law, joined him on his travels, but then realized Cao Cao was evil and left him. That just simply didn't happen. None of that is true. What is true is that he joined Cao Cao in 190 CE. So he should really be with Cao Cao at this start date, like a lot of generals who Cao Cao doesn't have at this start date. And he helped Cao Cao to take over Yan province, which is this area in green, through the use of diplomacy. He didn't need to fight any battles, and so he helped take it over and was given some administrative duties within Yan province. However, he did betray Cao Cao, along with the other people in Yan province who betrayed Cao Cao, and joined Lu Bu, and then became an advisor to Lu Bu throughout Lu Bu's final years. There's also Gao Shun. Now, Gao Shun is someone who's not hugely well known in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms novels, but was, in his own right, a very brilliant general. Now, they've absolutely got him spot on as a vanguard as well, and the Formation Breaker is his nickname. He actually led a troop of about 700 men, who were said to be the equivalent of at least twice their number, who were used as Formation Breakers. They were used as the vanguard of armies to send up against another army to smash their elite troops and force the rout. And they were well known for being extremely well disciplined, for even being able to hold when surrounded. They were used by Lu Bu in the conquest of Xiaopei, and then for defeating Xiao Dun's relief force. In Romance of the Three Kingdoms, he is the person who supposedly dueled Xiao Dun, but was losing, and then one of his subordinates shot Xiao Dun in the eye. Xiao Dun ate his eye, all of that stuff. Whether that happened or not is debatable. Certainly, however, he did defeat Xiao Dun's relief force. He was also very well known for being stern and incorrupt. So it's quite interesting you end up with Lu Bu from my perspective. And yeah, he followed Lu Bu throughout his final years as well, and it didn't really end well for Gao Shun. Much like Chen Gong and Lu Bu, his head ended up being removed from his body. Then finally, there's Diao Chan, the legendary beauty, one of China's 4 mythical beauties. Now, she's fascinating because in romance, there's a lot about her. She is used as this pawn by Wang Yun, her sort of foster father. She's a ward of Wang Yun, to create tension between Lu Bu and Dong Zhuo, which leads to Lu Bu eventually killing Dong Zhuo. However, there is no evidence for her existence whatsoever. Even her name is not actually a name. Diao Chan refers to a hat worn by high-ranking officials and actually literally means sable cicada, which would have been probably the shape of the design on the hat, or what made it help make people look like. A lot of people have complained as well that she is not married to Lu Bu in this game. Well, that's simply because she never married him. Even if you follow romance, she's just a concubine. He loves her very much, very close and all the rest, but he has a wife, and she is not it. So yeah, she is just another strategist in this. She has no familial relation to Lubu in this game. Anyway, so enough of the history lesson. Let's get into Lubu's campaign.
年少时，孩儿总是活在父辈的阴影之下。然而幼子，终有长大成人的一天。届时吾辈必须独当一面，做出抉择。 是要继承父辈的基业，亦或另辟蹊径？命由我，此生伟绩，当由孤武自己书写。
主公虽然诛杀了董贼，但世事难料，数年之内恐怕还要经历磨难。
此等叛徒竟然侮辱于我，他们早晚会知道我不会止步于此，天下人都将看到我所建立的大业。
主公虽已起兵与曹操为敌，但曹贼也已做好了准备，打算与主公决一死战。
曹操就像袁绍和其他诸侯一样，不堪一击，他缺少问鼎天下的力量。
话虽如此。 其兵力却仍不容小觑，主公最好先寻一处易守难攻之地，据而守之，方为上策。然而陈郡遭围过久，对我方亦为不利，疫病蔓延，粮草告罄，如此下去，守军恐难以为继。
我等当如何处置？杀出城与敌军决一死战，
或许可行。他的侧翼部队已经逼近，如果主公能将其击败。 就可获得喘息之机，从而向北撤退，重整军事。
我会让卑鄙曹贼好好看看我的本事。吾乃当世的无双战神，就算是天子，也绝对不能令我屈从。
Okay, so here we are with the new faction breakdown. So. Momentum is a pooled resource. You spend it to inspire loyalty, inspire commanderies, coerce, annex settlements. Yeah, and it's his primary resource. Personal victories, stacking pooled resource. These personal victories are points gained for every character defeated in battle. They're permanent, they can't be spent or lost. They grant bonuses. They give penalties to character satisfaction and diplomatic standing. So it doesn't always work in your favour. The more you get, the better you get. But it does upset other people. And so you've got to control it with the help of momentum. So momentum can then be used to inspire loyalty or inspire commandery against people who, within your own court, are upset with you just focusing on yourself all the time, for example. And yeah, you need to defeat the greatest warriors, and they'll be highlighted by this symbol here. And you'll unlock bonuses by completing certain sets, and you need to sort of discover the characters a lot of the time as well. Okay, rebel without a cause. My lord, you are undoubtedly the greatest warrior in all of China, but you must sometimes admit a temporary setback. The rebels who invited you to lead them against Tatar have proved wanting, and have been unable to provide your armies with the supplies you need to capitalize on your successes. perhaps it is wisest to let Cao Cao reclaim the city of Chen and retreat north where you can replenish. So escape from Chen, replenish your armies, and then crush Cao Cao. Do not pursue Lubu. That smug wretch Cao Cao thinks he has you on the run, but he should know not to corner a tiger. Lured by the prospect of easy captives, Cao Cao's lackey Xiahou Dun has been drawn out into the open. Defeating him will give your men the inspiration they need to push on to safer territory. So we need to engage and defeat Xiahou Dun, and we'll get Rebel Leader, which will reduce character salary and retinue upkeep, which is really rather nice. Now, I have to say, because I've got a Cao Cao Let's Play right now, these two chaps are in Cao Cao's court at the beginning, so yeah, interesting to see that you have to fight them first here. We've got a military instructor and a scholar, so let's have a quick look at all of our stuff here. So in our army right now we have Lubu and Chen, so followers. Character experience for faction leader or heir and the like. Well, he's not really hugely good at cunning, but we'll get the bonus from that anyway, so I throw that in there. Got nothing that he can use there. Nothing that he can use either. Haomong Gaoshun, yes, we'll give this to Gaoshun. As far as weapons go, we don't really have anything spectacular, nor do we have horses, unless you're talking about Lubu, who has some fantastic stuff here. Jiang Liao has a really pathetic, refined military gen, rather than the G he should have, but he's a cracking general, so we do want to get him up and running as soon as we can. Now, our army is here. We have Qinggong with some arch militia. We have Lubu, who has his heavy Xiliang cavalry, which are expensive but really good, and some G infantry. Qinggong as well, should be noted, has fire arrows and night battle from the beginning, so that's quite useful. Unfortunately, he is trusting, so enemy spies, etc. work really well against you. And you can see your court is not the happiest. You have been mucking about for a long time, so that's sort of understandable. Here is Jiang Miao, who I was telling you about, one of the people who also betrayed Cao Cao. Now, with this army, the first thing you want to do is engage Xiahou Dun. These battles are incredibly easy to win. I'm just going to fight one of them just to show you how Lubu and Qinggong's people work, but we are going to follow up with Xiao Yuan as well. So yeah, I'm not going to get into that one, but I'll show you this one. So I'll see you in the battle. Right, so here we go. We have a pretty good force. He has some spear guards, and there's himself as well. Now they need to be a little bit aggressive, because otherwise we're just going to kill them off really quickly. So I am going to throw down these things. They will, I mean, they may come in handy. Usually they do. Certainly this arrow tower here. I'm going to put my G there. These boys fire arrows behind. Qinggong can go here. Lubu is going to go in the front, and he's going to be ready for any dueling, but I doubt very much Xiahou Dun wants to duel me, because I am level 9, as you can see, and he is level 4. But we'll see. We will see. Out of range. Got the Rage of Lubu, which is incredible, and Smoldering Fury. Now, if engaged in melee or in a duel, then this just keeps increasing. Your melee evasion goes down, but everything else goes up. And I have seen him, which really upset me, take out, oh, he will duel, take out Yue Jin, who is someone who historically dueled him to a draw and survived. Take him out with one hit. Yeah, it really upset me. So my Cao Cao playthrough, my Yue Jin is now one-eyed instead of Xiahou Dun. But yeah, Lubu should absolutely win this. We're going to drop a Rage of Lubu as well. Bang. Ooh, he sort of didn't take as much. Well, he did take a chunk of damage there. And you'll see, like, Xiahou Dun's no slouch at dueling. He is no slouch. But look how simple it is to take him out with Lubu, because Lubu is so much higher level. Right, they're running. And we want to rack up some kills. They're all afraid of Lubu. Right, let's go. And it really is that simple with Lubu. He is a one-man army. You've just seen him single-handedly defeat them. And look at all this damage he has personally done just by running into their backs. Chen Gong, we want to get him some level up because Flaming Shot is extraordinarily useful. Cavalry is also going to get involved, though I could probably split one of them off over this side. Heavy Sealand Cavalry are very, very solid cavalry. Spear Cavalry, basically. They do a really solid charge job, but you don't want to get them stuck in melee for too long. They're like very, very high quality Lancer Cav, basically. And yeah, hopefully we will kill all of these guys off. I am trying to kill them all off purely for the aim of getting as much experience points as possible. That doesn't mean experience points for Lubu himself because he doesn't need them, but Chen Gong, it's important he gets as many as possible. Where is the little man? Here he is. How many we got left? 37. You're not doing too badly. How many are you killed? 82. How many are you killed? 43. Considerably less. 216. My God. And that's 216 just from following people. Only one of them actually stood and fought. Only one. And that was Chao Dun, and now he's dead on the ground. Anyway, very, very simple. So we get a decent amount of money for this. You've got your options here of income, military supplies, or maintain momentum. So maintaining momentum gives you no replenishment in this case, resets the army's maximum movement points to maximum, but you also get fatigued in battle tired. We're going to maintain momentum because we want to, here we got the mission complete. Greatest warriors, cousins in arms, what they lack in familiar warmth they make up for with martial synergy. So I'm locked by defeating Chao Dun. Now we need to defeat Chao Yuan, and we'll get 15 prestige. So that's why we got momentum, because here is Chao Yuan. So Lubu uncharacteristically takes a pause. Cao Cao's forces could not best you in battle, but hunger has left your supplies depleted and your forces weakened. Its destruction will regrettably have to wait while you rest and replenish your forces. So you need to have a total of 12 units and you'll get growing might. Don't worry, we will deal with that in a second. First of all, we need to defeat this chap here. And we're going to get a support from the farmland as well. Here we go. Nice battle. Right, I'm going to fight this off screen. Same idea, we just want to kill as many as possible. But I don't think you need to see another absolute walk in the park. So yeah, I lost some total of 11 men in that fight. Not very hard. We have captured Chao Yuan. So we could kill him for the family spear, or we could release him for extra income. Up to you. I mean, really is up to you. For me, I quite fancy the spear. So I'm going to take that. I'm also going to maintain momentum, which is going to tire my troops out a little bit. But that's no worry. Our power has increased to second marquis, which is quite nice. We have unlocked 15 prestige because we've beaten both of those chaps, which is part of our goals here. You can see all of them here that we need to do. So yeah, defeat these chaps with faction leader. You notice it's always with the faction leader. So you need to do it with Lubu. And you get different things. Sworn Brothers, you beat them, you get more, okay? Enables immune to fear and terror, which is quite nice as well. So we have, if we look here, a lovely new family spear. We are now rivals, which is absolutely fine. We've got a fantastic new spear, which we can give to Gao Shun because he needs a good weapon. He's quite a good chap. Then with our momentum, we're going to move as far south as we can manage, because this is our city, Chen. They are very likely going to capture it, but we need to take out Cao Cao. So the idea is that he's going to come for us and we're going to have to deal with him. Now, we also need to start looking at doing some other things as well. One of the things that we want to look at, which will help us basically complete that mission to recruit more troops, is to bring in Jiang Liao. See, he has 4 troops here. It's going to keep him happy. So here he comes. So this should allow us to complete that mission. After that, what we want to do is have a look at diplomacy. So we have some trade agreements and we need some money. Liu Chong will definitely trade with us. So let's go to him. Say, come on, big man, give me some money, and see what he will give us in return for it. We basically just need cash. He won't really do regular payments. It doesn't look like he's going to do much on this front as well, which is a little bit of a shame. So just take it as it is. If he won't give you anything, it's fine. We have another trade agreement, which we can do with Zhang Ba. Now, Zhang Ba is not hugely keen on us, but we can make it work with just a small handout of cash. So do that, and it's going to bring you a chunk more money, a huge chunk more money, over time at least as well. All of this stuff here, I'd ignore. Now, normally I'd say you want to flog some non-aggression packs and the like. You can do, just seems pointless when you want to be fighting as many people as possible. Because we've just done that, we've now completed this objective, which has given us a plus 50% bonus experience and plus 10% replenishment, which is quite nice. Cao Cao learns a lesson in humility. What little Cao Cao has achieved has been built on the backs of greater men. Leeches like him have no place in this world. Show him the meaning of true strength and destroy him. So like I said, we need to take out Cao Cao. So we need to take out his whole faction, but we also need to take out him personally. So that's why we're moving south to deal with it. Lubu proves himself the saviour of China. Sorry, I laughed at that. For all his many faults, at least Dong Zhuo had the strength to assert his will. With him gone, China falls further into division, torn between petty warlords who can barely control their own lands. People need a champion to sweep aside these feeble tyrants and bring about a new age of unity and strength. Prove your martial might, and all China will rejoice in your victories. So we need to reach the Marquis rank, and we'll get 2,000. Right. Now, in here, we have a whole host of stuff here. Now, it has Chen Gong as your Chancellor. You two don't really get on, but that's fine. Just live with it for now. Like I said, historically, it would go to Zhang Liao by the time he took over Shu province, but Chen Gong was another seriously important person. But you do have other options here to give stuff out to the likes of Zhang Liao and Gao Shun. So don't worry too much about it. I would possibly throw Gao Shun into this one, and I would throw our man here into this one, just basically because one of them is a more military thing, and Vanguard, suits that role better, and Brand Excellency would suit a more industrial, which is expertise. You'll also notice if you just click here, you can do the Inspire Loyalty, which will boost their satisfaction. Sorry, that moved. Hello, why do you keep moving? Boost their satisfaction by plus 35 for 10 turns, but you lose -1 momentum. I'm not going to do that right now, okay? Another thing you can do, by the way, is make Lady Yan an heir, because she will give you a few extra advantages. This will upset Liu Ji, Liu Lingqi, for those of you who know, but it's a few turns before she comes of age. So you're not really going to lose anything by it. So I would definitely do this to her. It's going to also basically just encourage a little bit of loyalty from her. So you've only got a few people left to worry about. And she gives you, the +5 satisfaction, which is useful at the beginning for someone like Lu Bu, who, when everyone seems to hate you. Pop the Invoke Council. So you got overpopulation. Overpopulation and invading armies, so you need to engage Cao Cao in battle. So there you go, some extra missions as well before this kicks off. This is your momentum, Idle Dragon. You need to boost it up. When you start to boost it up, you will get +10 satisfaction all characters and +5 campaign movement range. And as you increase, it starts to get huge. So we're here, we're replenishing these chaps, which isn't a bad little force, and then we need to take out Cao Cao. They are going to attack Chen in the end turn. Again, this is something I'm not going to show because it seems a bit pointless to show you a battle where basically you're going to lose no matter what you do. But with Chen, your idea will be, with this force here and the city walls, kill as many of these chaps as possible to make your life easier when you come back for the counterattack. Okay, so that's what's going to happen in the end turn. I'll see you in turn 2. So yeah, this is what happened. They lost over 1,000 men. We obviously lost the city. That's not bad. If you look at Cao Cao's armies, his force actually was the reinforcements. He lost a little bit of cavalry because he kept charging my spear formation with them. But this army actually took a lot more of a battering, as you can see, which is good news for us. And now he marches forward, which is precisely what we want, because him marching forward means he's now within reach of us. And so, yeah, we have lost Chen. That's not surprising. They've switched commanders. I didn't injure any of his generals, so Dian Wei just has better stats for commanding an army, especially a defensive army. Yang Feng has declared war on Li Jue. Li Jue is one of Dong Zhuo's loyalists who kicked us out of the capital. So we're happy to see him die, if it comes to it. Trade has been affected because we lost the capital. And all of these chaps here have appeared. We don't actually need anyone, really, right now. What we do need to do is whack Cao Cao. Now, Cao Cao is in forced march stance, which means this is going to be a lot easier than it needs to be. Right, we're going to throw a night battle just because it's going to help me upset them. He has Yue Jin, who is his chancellor. He's only rank 1, but he was a very, very brave, very solid commander. Again, one of the 5 elites. So do watch out for him in the fight. Cao Cao is no slouch as well, but I'll see you in it. Okay, so I don't know if these are going to be a huge amount of use in this fight or not, but we may as well have them because we can. I'm gonna whack this over here. Right, let's start. Now, I don't think any of Cao Cao's people are going to be stupid enough to actually duel Lubu, but if they do, that's wonderful. Jiang Liao, you know, if they want to duel him as well, that's fine. Though I probably wouldn't have Cao Cao duel Jiang Liao because I think Cao Cao should win that fight. But Yue Jin, certainly we should get that. Jiang Liao has archers, which is quite useful as well. They don't slouch as well as archers because he, of course, has the flaming shot too. So don't feel unfortunate that he has archers. They are very good. Right. Yue Jin, Jiang Liao. Yeah, go on, let's give it a go. Oh. You chaps can rock up here. Xiliang Cavalry over here. Now, Yue Jin has Roar of the Beast, which is a great morale. Jiang Liao has Roar of the Beast, which is a great morale debuff, but isn't going to help him in a duel. However, Lubu can take out armies by himself. So whilst they're playing, I think we're going to shift Chen Gong up here just to support a little bit. Lubu's going to go off and deal with Tiger and Leopards. I do want to see where the heavies are because they're a lot more dangerous to me than the others. But there we go. He's just killed a handful. He has now killed another handful. Every time he passes through. Oh, maybe not that time though. That's a shame. That's disappointment, Mr. Lubu. Wow, this fight is not as good as I thought it was going to be, actually. Even with him nearby. Right, you're charging Lubu, that's fine. Pop this. How is Yue Jin winning that fight? Yeah, get out of that. Arrows coming in. Chen Gong fall back. Lubu taking out this army pretty much by himself. There we go. The more he's in combat as well, remember, this thing just keeps ticking up. Smouldering Fury. So keep him in combat for as long as you possibly can. Right, this Xiliang Cavalry, we need to bring it into the fight. In the same way, he needs to keep fighting too. Got 20 odd seconds, 25 seconds odd before this thing ticks up. Go on, kill them off. I think you guys can shift over this way. Get into that fight, please. Nah, doesn't want to duel. Not surprised. He's in there. He's going to pop this massive attack. Advance. See the damage he's done to Tartar. Alright. Reform. Charge. Tartar is down. Gonna go for Yue Jin. I am actually rather surprised that Yue Jin did that well against Zhang Liao, because I have fought that exact same duel from the other side, Yue Jin against Zhang Liao, and lost. So, yeah. Apparently I lose that no matter which way I play it. Anyway. We beat them. If we can kill Yue Jin, that will be wonderful, but it's not essential. These chaps can go off and chase them. Other Cav, go chase them. You chase him. Fire arrows. If you wouldn't mind, just take that thing out. And Chen Gong. Probably after them. Boom. Right. Go get him. They're all running away. Who's left standing? No one. Didn't think so. Right. Just want Yue Jin down. He hasn't got much left. We should be able to whack him very quickly. Especially as he has no horse. I mean, we do actually need to hit him, not just run up behind him though. That's a good hit. Oh, he's just barely standing. Come on, Lubu. Don't be so useless. There we go. There we go. Right. Shame about Zhang Liao. And we have it. So we've injured them. We've captured Yue Jin. We get 800 income, or we get military gen. Military gen isn't that great. The income is probably better for us right now. Fatigue in battle, tired is a small problem. We will get 5% replenishment, however, so I'm going to maintain momentum because I couldn't see how far I had to go on from then. We have got satisfaction from Gaoshun because we got that mission success, and we got support from soldiery, which is even greater retinue upkeep reduction, satisfaction for vanguards, all that stuff. And we have taken out Yue Jin. So these are the 5 elites that I was talking about. Jiang He. So Jiang He, if you want to beat him, he is with Yuan Shao. Zhang Liao, you'll notice, is with you. So bear that in mind. You have to be a little bit tricksy to get that one. Yu Jin is with Cao Cao, and Xu Huang is with Yang Feng right now. And we will get Scare. We get that. Also 3 kingdoms, because we've beaten Cao Cao. We just need to beat Sun Ce and Liu Bei. I do not know if Sun Ce dies beforehand. That changes to Sun Quan or not. We have a title, Master of the Hunt. Titles are the new way of maintaining loyalty with your troops. If you so wish, you can fight an interesting battle here, where all of these chaps will come out and support their leader, which is what I'm going to do right now. So, I'll see you in the fight. Okay, here we are. They have that force that survived. They're pretty knackered. But you have Xin Yu's army, now Dian Wei's army, is coming in here. That's the army we want to seriously hit, and we don't want to lose that many men doing it. Because, of course, the more damage we can do to them now, the better our chances are when they come and when we besiege Chen to take back our capital city. So, let's rush forward. Take this off. Zheng Liao, his health isn't actually too bad because that 5% replenishment, which is quite nice. Lubu is still crushingly unbeatable, as you will see in a second. This is the army that we want to worry about. They're going to try and join this force over here into this defensive position. Our aim is to rush up and deal with them beforehand. Basically, before they can set up. That's the idea. So, up he runs. And you can form up here. Sorry, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fire arrows because the morale debuff. Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good position for you. I quite like that. So they're all going to rush up. Lubu, we want to potentially take out Dian Wei if Dian Wei wants to. He doesn't want to duel. There's a surprise. Well, if that's the case, we shan't take him out. But what we shall do is rush straight into this lot. Lubu, he is slightly tired, as you can see, with the very tired, but he is unbreakable and he still has massive speed. So bear in mind that your troops will be very tired fighting this battle. They haven't had a break, and that is the downside to momentum in battles like this. But, go on, let's take this thing out quickly. If any of his generals want to gang up on Lubu, they are welcome. Come on, I'll need to take this out before it starts shooting. Not that Xunyu actually has much going for him with the catapults. He doesn't, really. They don't have flaming shot or any of that stuff. But... come on, in we go. You two, over here. Come on. Still getting stuck there. There we go. That's better. That's one down. Go on. Nail another. Right. You peel off. You deal with them. Zheng Liao, you deal with them. Ooh. Barely hit them. In you go to support. Think you can sort of hold there. They're now going to come over here to help out, which is no problem. Right, let's pop this. Bang! There we go. Zheng Liao, you've done your bit. You can get out. Go. Deal with him. Decline. Zheng Liao is not dueling anyone. Zheng Liao's fight is over for today. You boys advanced as well. Seriously? You want to do that? Actually, I don't want to do that. I want to stay in this fight. Just kill as many as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rain hell on them. You're going to come over here. Changong, you're going to move up close to this fight. They reckon they're going to survive that. Well, we'll see. You boys down here. Cavalry. Almost caught them. That's a shame. Almost caught them. Right, form up here. You lads, go straight through. You lads into this. They're running. Kill him. Alright, they're not going to. So, come over here. Chengong, run. Come on, come on, come on. Over here. In goes Lubu. They start to worry about whether or not they're going to survive this. And in a second, we'll show them why they won't. Oh, it's going to keep going because he's there. Bugger. Well, it's fine. Lubu will be able to beat all of these guys on his own, as you will see in a second. Right, move away. Zheng Liao over here, please. This cavalry unit has done its job. You back into that fight, ignore them. Rear charge over here. Take them out. Right, deal with these tiger and leopards. There's only 3 of them. Chen Gong, if you could come back and be useful, that would be magnificent. Lubu is going to go for our boy over here. Chen Gong has decided to be useful. How wonderful. Axes into those spears. Form up. Charge. Come on. Take out the Amway. This is the Amway as well. Like another absolute brute is being taken out here. You chase them. Yeah, that'll do the job. Zhang Liao. Possibly over here. Chen Gong possibly over here as well. Best choice. Right, you take out Trent. Zhang Liao over here. Found a job for you. Kill them. These heavy Xiliang are managing-ish. You can gang up on him. Trent is not doing a bad job, it has to be said, of surviving more than 20 seconds. They're running, they're running, they're running. Chen Gong get a rear charge in here. Come on, kill him. Alright, his horse is gone. That's good news. He's starting to run. Right. The fact he's running is all well and good. 95, 95, 109. Right, go. Speed. Fast as you can. See if we can take this chap out really quickly. More generals we take out, the easier it'll be for the next turn. Speed up. Go on, you kill them. Taran survivability is incredible, actually. Go deal with that, just in case I lose any men to it. I mean, really, Trent, I am impressed. You're doing a magnificent job. He is likely to get away. We're catching him, though. We are catching him. Chen Gong doesn't really do any damage when he hits. That's the only problem. But taking out Trent is the main aim. We finally landed a couple of hits. No, just a one. Yeah, we're starting to hit. We're starting to hit. Yeah, he's escaped. You boys, you got nothing else to do. Looks like Trent's going to escape, which is a real shame. He's off his horse and everything. Come on. Almost got him. Oh yes, we can get him, we can get him. So that'll be Dianwei out and Trent out. That just leaves Xin Yu, who is not going to defeat any of my generals in a duel. Fantastic. Done. There we go. He has 354 men left. We have taken out them completely. We can employ Dianwei. So I've never seen this before. If you have the option to do so, employ Dianwei. He's incredible. I'm going to take the replenishment and reset momentum. We're going to be tired, but that's absolutely fine. We have defeated Dianwei. We just need to defeat Choo-Choo. Choo-Choo is again with Tata. And we are going to... You have a choice here to use momentum to do it, -7 momentum, or to attack it, or to cancel. I'm going to attack it to take it by force. It says a crushing defeat. He is dead anyway, so we don't need to worry. All we need to do, sit there, continue the siege. We're now rivals, Zhang Liao and Tata. Fair enough. Fair enough. Other than that, you'll see that this trade with Liu Chong is suspended. As soon as we retake Chen, it will become it'll come back to us. So don't worry about that too much. We're turn 2. and we have taken out Cao Cao, we have recruited Yan Wei, we have killed Cao Ren, we have killed Xiao Yuan, Xiao Dun is injured, and we have Cao Cao's only real army left, locked up in Chen. So it's not a bad start. Right, I'll see you in the next turn. Turn 3, Yuan Shu has declared war on Liu Chong. Doesn't really affect us that greatly, except that's where we trade with. If he dies off, we'll have to find someone else to trade with afterwards. That's not a problem. So alliance has been left. Some other stuff has happened on the diplomatic front that doesn't really affect us. Character developments, Dian Wei is now ready to be mustered, which is quite nice. But we have this siege. So it says we're going to suffer a crushing defeat. We may not. It doesn't really matter. You can night battle it, you can not night battle it. It's not going to affect. Yue Jin has come back, but his resilience is pretty low. This army is pretty pathetic. What they're saying is these walls are better than what we have, and our army is tired and a little bit knackered. You can wait if you want to for another turn. It's up to you how much money you want to lose. This battle is very easily winnable with Lubu, so I'm going to fight it. I'll see you in it. So this place is a little bit damaged, as you can see from their siege and our siege and, you know, just general lots of sieges. Which means there's a huge gap in the wall here, which works really rather nicely for us. These chaps here, I do rather want them up. This tower is out of action, but the other towers are still up, so they're gonna take damage anyway. But we may as well shift them there, just because we can. These boys we want with fire arrows. We don't want them running away. We can't form up with any of these boys. They are gonna take some damage. Don't worry too much about it. That's interesting bug, but it doesn't matter. Up to that wall. Yue Jin, as you can see, has fully replenished, because that's what happens when they come back. But it's no problem. We're just going to throw Lubu in there. He's going to just mess him up, frankly. No other way to describe it. Lubu has Scare. Lubu has Charge Negation, Encourage, Immune to Terror, Mighty Knockback, and Unbreakable, which makes him brutal in this. He's going to take a little bit of damage as he advances. He is very, very tired. But that does not mean these people stand much of a chance. Be careful here with all of these wonderful little traps and tools they have here. It is going to affect his ability to charge through. So, you know, don't expect him just to absolutely nail right through this lot. But you can avoid the spears, because they're not properly defending it. You can go straight for his archers. Mess them up. None of his boys want a duel, as you'd expect. We kind of want to take out Xunyu as fast as humanly possible. We're going to shift these boys in now. The old Roar of the Beast will be quite handy too. This thing is still moving up. Right, Lubu has smashed one lot of archers. Come on. He's going to do this, which is going to absolutely wreck units. There we go. More of them running. Some Calves to deal with. My Cav can come in too. Right, let's deal with you, Jin. So this thing on the tower is actually just a distraction. That's all it is. Doesn't matter about these men. There's 94 of them. We just need to spread out their troops a little bit so that Lubu didn't face the entire army by himself. He probably still could have won. That's just one hit. That's just one hit. He probably still could have won. But there's no point chancing it if you don't need to. Now, unfortunately, I brought him in. But yeah, you're running now, aren't you? Xinyu was blocking his ability. He's not going to block it now. There we go. Roar of the Beast. Bang! Just inspire some fear. Out you come. You don't want to be in that fight. Let Lubu deal with it. which he is doing. How are my cavalry doing? They're here, which is great news. In they come. These boys are up on the wall. Apparently they didn't really want to fight us up there, so we'll just move down and deal with them. You boys, in here. Big charge. Big charge. So, Lubu has taken some damage, as you might expect. He's been doing all of our fighting. That's fine. That is not a problem. He can take the damage. We're going to move our cavalry down this way. With Lubu in tow. Jiang Leal can come here. Axes, you're going to advance down this way because they have some spears, which will be frustrating and irritating in equal measure. I think actually our cav will move up this way because they seem to have some generals there that don't seem to be doing anything. So yeah, axes over here, please. Chen, you can come in. Archer, 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 you can also come in. Not going to charge off in this direction because it's going to end up with us dying horribly. But my cav can get up here really quickly. Lubu can go straight for you, Jin. They got some saber cav, which will be a frustrating charge to deal with. There we go. Yeah, frustrating charge to deal with. But we're going to pin them into a fight, which they're not going to enjoy. You boys can also come in here. How are you doing, Chengong? Fine. These chaps, to be fair to them, have done a pretty solid job. They're outnumbered. Come on, up we come. Take him out. Yeah, good. Right, up this way. Over here to give people a little bit of a boost. You can come in too. You've got lots of archers shooting from here, which is not helping us at all. Come on. Into the fight. And pop this. See if we can encourage them to run. They seem to be running. Keep moving forward. Jiang Leal, you can pull back. Lubu, far too far, mate. Far too far. Back here, please. Actually, just take that. Well, you may as well. You're already there. Can you take it? It is being taken. Good. Axes one way, axes another way. Right, they've overrun that trebuchet. They will also capture the center. Cab down this way. Think you axes can also get up here. You're not needed. Alright, they're running. We'll send Smacks over in this direction. We'll send everyone else in this direction. Those... Gee, infantry actually did quite a good job staying alive. And we have it. We absolutely have it. Decisive victory, not a crushing defeat. We've taken back the capital. We lost 300 men. Our army is knackered and not capable of fighting anymore. We can hire Xinyu, so do so. He is incredible. And we have the opportunity to raise, which gives you momentum. Don't. This is your capital. Take it back. There we go. Killed in battle. Relationship lost. Doesn't really affect us. Friends. Yay. faction developments, we've got our capital back, and we have got trade restored now. You'll also see we have a healthy amount of money. Healthy amount of money means that we can actually start to field a second army. It is going to negatively affect us just a little bit, but don't worry about that too much. We can throw in some assignments as well, just to keep people happy. Because we have so many people now. So many people. What I would do at this stage, because you have some characters who you don't always get at this stage. If you look at here, we have Jiang and we have Chen. So Jiang is going to be someone who potentially is going to be upset if you don't give him other positions. So if Administrator comes up in the near future, you want to give him Administrator. Chen is someone else who will want stuff to do, and again, this is in Administrator for now. You can start to play around, like kick Chen Gong out here, move him down to Administrator, move Chen Yu up there, do what you think is best, but I think it's better just to keep these guys where they are and put your new chaps into the administrative role, because sometimes you won't get these people. Okay, so instead you can focus on others. But if you do have them, because they are higher level, put them into decent positions here. What I would also do is when you're looking at creating a second army, if you do have Dian Wei and Chen Yu, they are the people you want to throw into it with Gao Shun. So Gao Shun will be my always 100%. I will choose him to form the second army. Because I have Dian Wei and Chen Yu, I will use them as well. If I didn't have Dian Wei and Chen Yu, your choices are Diao Chan or Zhang Miao as your strategist. I would choose Zhang Miao. Yes, he's lower level than Diao Chan. Yes, he's not a legendary, but he comes with Flaming Shot. Diao Chan has all of these things here, but it'll take her forever to level up to be a useful battle strategist. She is much better as an administrator, as a spy, any of that stuff, okay? So yeah, I would not recruit Diao Chan as a general. I would recruit Zhang Miao, but as I have Chen Yu, I'm going to recruit Chen Yu in the future for the next turn. You do not need to actually do much here for building wise, unless you really want to. What I would focus on is crushing Cao Cao. So you will see Cao Cao's capital is Yingchuan. He is going to create another army here to defend it. So what I would do is create your second army here in Yingchuan farmland. And like I said, I would bring in Gao Shun, and I would bring in Dian Wei. Okay? If I didn't have Dian Wei, I would bring in Chung, because he's another really solid, reliable infantry commander. I'm going to bring those guys in. They're going to bring in, they're going to replenish for a little bit. We're going to replenish here for a little bit. And then next turn, both armies are going to move towards Yingchuan and just take it out, right? Just wipe it out. After that, use some momentum and move Lubu down here to Chen and take out Chen. It really is that simple from this point onwards. That way, you are going to have one big fight here where it's possible you'll see the likes of Choo-Choo, Lady Bian, Chung Yu. Trying to think which other generals Cao Cao has that he may hire that I have seen. But he has a lot of generals that he can hire. So, I mean, Xiao Dun may come back, you never know. So you want both armies to take out Yingchuan. This city is not straightforward to take, even though it has a small garrison. It's similar size to Chen. So use both armies to take it out. After that, push Lubu down to take Chen farmland. Once you've got that, you've pretty much destroyed Cao Cao's faction, because all he has is Luoyang's Lumberyard, which you can use your second army to take out at your leisure. You will start to see your issues arise with settlement satisfaction and like. To sort that out, start to do some commandery inspiration. So inspire your commanderies. That way you'll just keep your morale high as you move forward, which would be quite nice. Also, as you can see, because we've got more, all of these guys are a lot more satisfied right now. But as you start to spend this, they can become less satisfied. So you're going to spend it to balance it out to make these guys happy, but these guys are going to fall out a little bit, so you want to keep fighting too. So yeah, bear that in mind, because you need to keep the balance. Don't overdo it at keeping your settlements happy. If the worst comes to worst and you get a rebellion, send an army in there, smack it, you're going to get some glory as well, which would be quite handy. As you finish off Cao Cao, which will take maybe 3 more turns, maybe 4, depending how long it takes you to reach Luoyang's Lumberyard, then you will get some extra money, which you want to spend on increasing the income you will get from Yingquan and Chen. Okay, so focus after that on building up your economy. Also, what you want to do is, even though you and Yuan Shu are not technically the best of buddies, you're not the worst of enemies as well. Do we see him on this? Yeah, we do. So it's not that bad, and it's trending upwards. What you can do with him, if we go to negotiate, Yuan Shu, negotiate, you can support his legitimacy, which certainly as the game goes on, you can milk him for lots of money. Lots and lots of money. So don't be afraid to use that to deal with it. Also, one of the things you want to look at is Li Jue hates you, Jiang hates you. Who are they at war with? So Jiang's at war with Zhang Ba. So you could go to Zhang Ba and say, where is Zhang Ba down here? Here. Zhang Ba, and say, offer mercenary assistance against Jiang or Liu Bei. Don't matter, choose, confirm. And he will really like that. He will give you a whole lot of extra money, money per turn, whatever you want. You can throw in coerce as well for certain things, not for this military contract, but for anything else you want as well, like if you want territory, or if you want them to provide you with extra food or money per turn, all this, throw coerce as well, which will give you extra bonuses, which means you can sell it for even more money, which will keep your economy going, and will give you the opportunity to take out people you would otherwise be wanting to take out anyway, but you get paid for doing so. So my suggestion would be, having taken out Cao Cao, support Yuan Shu's legitimacy, and then look at either Li Jue or Jiang. Jiang's going to attack you no matter what, because she's the bandit queen and she just does that. That's in her game mechanics. She just fights people, whether it's a clever idea or not. So by all means, go for her really, really quickly. Li Jue is also at war with a fair few people like Ma Teng, Yang Feng. Yang Feng is a person I said who has Xu Huang as well. It might be worth asking these chaps for a mercenary contract, having taken out Jiang, and going for Li Jue and taking over the capital and taking over the emperor, because there's going to be a lot of emperor juggling in this early stage, and whoever controls Luoyang is going to take the emperor. So the emperor is going to be moved to Luoyang after being mucked around here by Li Jue, Li Xian people, and Yang Feng is going to take him. Because you've taken out Cao Cao, you don't need to risk Cao Cao taking over Luoyang. Leave Yang Feng to do that until you've taken out Jiang, then swing over this way and take out all of Luoyang. Complete the territory and you'll have the emperor. Don't worry about all the problems about having the emperor. It's not the end of the world if you're at war with everyone with Lubu. That's kinda what you want. So if people like Ma Teng's someone, because a lot of the Han Empire territory is down here, Ma Teng is someone who likes to declare war. If you've already taken out Li Jue, then you just keep going west. Retake all of Dongzhuo's lands, you know? Got Ma Teng, Han Sui and people up here, take it all over. And you will have the northwest. You want to focus your technology on controlling trade and controlling character salaries. So this will be your blue tech tree here, because you're going to get a lot of really top tier generals with a lot of really top tier salaries who, to keep them happy, you're going to have to throw extra titles at them. You don't want to be spending your momentum all the time. So this stuff will help keep control of your economy, which is really quite nice. As for this stuff, yeah, here's a war, you know, vanguard, all this fighting stuff is quite useful, but I would focus your energy, certainly early game, on the blue tech tree here, before moving on to other things. Personal victories. is something we do need to focus on. So if you take out Li Jue, if you take out Jiang, then you sort of need to deal with the likes of Liu Bei. He's a big threat to you in the east. Further north, you have Yuan Shao. And to the south, you've Yuan Shu, Liu Biao, people like that. Now, if you are to take out Liu Bei, having taken out Li Jue, you will not only clear one of these, you will also likely clear this too, which will give you immune to fear and terror and bring you an extra step forward to completing this, which is really fantastic. Sun, you don't need to worry about right now. Also, Jiang you'll take out pretty early on. Jiang Yan is someone who you can take out when you go for Yuan Shao, because he's further north. You might want to use him to your advantage at the beginning because he is at war with Yuan Shao, and work with him, because obviously taking out Yuan Shao, you also will take out Zhang He, which is one of the 5 elites, which so that's the target you need to take out. But, you know, after you've taken out Yuan Shao, just wipe Jiang Yan off the map. He's not that hard. The bandit's not that hard to fight. Yan Baihu, like Sun Ce is, you're going to have to wait till you've got the north under control. On the Bruises and Brawlers, Choo-Choo, it's unlikely you will see him. You might get lucky and he will pop up in an army in Yingchuan, but I haven't really seen him that often popping up, even though he has a spectacularly cheap set of units because he starts off with peasants. I haven't seen him pop up that often with the AI. If he does pop up and you get him, fantastic, you'll clear this very easily. If not, he's likely to go to another faction. So you'll come across him eventually. Northern defenders are Han Sui, Gong Sun and Ma Tong. Han Sui and Ma Tong will be at war very quickly, and they may kill each other off. Like, one of them will survive, it's usually Ma Tong. So this is a little bit difficult to get, so I wouldn't worry about it too greatly. Gong Sun you can finish off if you get rid of Yuan Shao very, very quickly, however. Great strategists, Guo Jia will come along a little bit later, Zhou Yu comes along a little bit later. Zhiliang, Sima Yi take a long time to appear, so don't worry about focusing on this too much. Just remember that you want to take note of these people and not hire them until you've already beaten them, okay? Kong Rong you can take out at the same time you take out Liu Bei. Liu Biao, focus on him after you've sorted out the north. Chang'an, Li Jue, so you're going to go for him straight away anyway, right? After you've taken out Cao Cao, you deal with Zhang and you deal with him. He has Jiaxu and he has Guosi. So when you advance that way, you should be able to wipe these guys out, and this is going to give you an improved diplomatic relations with all factions. Tiger generals, if you've taken out Guan Yu and Zhang Fei, when you've taken out Liu Bei, you've probably also taken out Zhao Yun. Huang Zhong is down south, Ma Chao is out west. Ma Chao is the easiest to get rid of out of these guys between Huang Zhong and Ma Chao. Whereas at the south, these chaps will appear with the Sun clan later on. Yuan Shao first, Yuan Shu last, because Yuan Shu you can milk for money, and he will be like a reliable buffer between you and the Sun clan whilst you deal with pacifying the north. And the yellow turbans. You know, He Yi is the nearest to you. The other guys, you may come across them, you may not. I've played through and not really had a chance to take them out, so I wouldn't worry about them too much. Anyway, so just to recap, second army is here, Lubu is here. Next turn you advance on Cao Cao's capital, beat his army, take the territory, move Lubu down with momentum to take out the farmland. He probably won't be able to reach it in one go, but he'll get there very, very quickly in the second turn. This army will then move over to Luoyang Lumberyard to take out that. Then you'll have wiped out Cao Cao within 3 turns. After that, focus one army to take out Jiang. She has the temple here, which is actually quite useful. It gives you a lot of really nice bonuses if you have the temple. And then focus on Li Jue. After Li Jue has been taken out, go north, take out Yuan Shao, and go east, take out Liu Bei and Kong Rong. Having taken those guys out, complete your conquest of the whole north, take out Ma Tong, Han Sui over here, before focusing on Yuan Shu, Liu Biao, and the Sun down here. And that will net you the vast majority of Lubu's greatest warriors tally. You'll have some difficulty with Zhang Liao, You're going to have to get him to betray you eventually, or banish him from your services, and just rely on luck for him to appear in other people's courts. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is only a few turns in, but we've had a lot of battles. This is turn 3, and to be honest, it's relatively easy from this point onwards, so I don't see the point in continuing with extra turns, with you just watching me mash city after city, controlled by Cao Cao. So yeah, I hope you found this useful. If you have, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And yes, I look forward to seeing you next time for more Total War. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye bye.